business June of 2014 as a 20-year-old college student. I was graduated from Virginia Tech in 3 years instead of 4. So I started right before my senior year, which was my 3rd year. I was super busy in school, yada, yada, yada. Went into DIQ that January, finished as a car driving sales director on May 1st, went directly into finals week of my senior year and graduated 2 weeks later with a degree in political science for pre-law. And instead of going to law school, I decided to pursue Mary Kay full-time. So it's been full-time for Mary Kay almost 5 years. So I had my cruise, and then I earned, about 10 months later, I earned my Equinox, but in the same month I ended up finishing the BMW. So instead of taking the Equinox, I took the BMW, which I missed that car. I loved it so much. So I drove that for 2 years, went back into requalification and earned the Equinox because the BMW was gone. But all along I wanted the Cadillac. But wanting it and wishing for it, totally different than working for it and believing in it, because there were times where I wanted it and I was working for it, but I still didn't believe it. So you have to, like, it's got to be like all three. It's like balancing plates, you know, like I wanted it, I was working for it, but I still didn't believe that I was actually going to do it. And that belief is so, so powerful, because if you're like, I was still like, I'm never going to earn a Cadillac, you know? So, of course, I didn't. So last January, it was actually at Leadership last year when I had a breakthrough, big breakthrough. I was watching, they did the Pink Cadillac March, and they gave all the Pink Cadillac sales directors pom-poms. And they were walking across stage with their pom-poms, and I was weeping in my seat, just crying my eyes out, because I was like, I'm so tired of being here. Like, this is not a fun place. Being at a premier level, I'm not saying that's a bad place, but being stuck, that's a bad place. Even if you're in a Pink Cadillac, you can be stuck, you know? Even if you're a national, you can be stuck.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter the prestige that comes with it. It's just, I felt stuck, and I was like, I've been here for too long, and I know that I have what it takes to get to the next level, and I'm not doing it. And on the plane on the way back home, I remember like opening my notebook and just letting God speak to me, because I'm the one that does all the talking in me and God's relationship. I don't let him talk a lot. So I was like, I'm gonna let you talk to me, and I'm gonna listen. And he gave me a strategy for the next 6 months. I had always, and I'm gonna talk like kind of practically now, I'd always been like, I need to do $17,000 a month to earn a Cadillac. At the time, we weren't doing too hot. So like $17,000 a month is a lot when you're just doing minimum, you know? I'm gonna give it to you straight, I'm gonna be real. And so it was just, every time I'd say, I'm gonna do $17,000 a month, in the back of my mind, I knew we're not doing $17,000 a month, we're doing $5,000. And so God was like, don't go for $17,000, go for what you got. And then we're gonna grow by little every month. And so I was on the plane, I didn't have Wi-Fi, and I couldn't look up the 13% increase chart for a Cadillac, so I just made my own. And I remember making it right then and there, and I was like, okay, if I do $5,000 this month, I think I did $9,000 in February, $13,000 April, and just on like that, plus 3 personal qualifieds each month, and 4 in June. That would finish me for Court of Sharing. I would get all of that car credit. It would finish me for Unit Club. I'm working on finishing my Court of Sales. I ended up finishing Court of Sales in April. Me finishing my cruise would also help towards that, because I'd have all those red jackets, and then Cadillac will be done. And God gave me that strategy on the plane on the way back from San Diego last year. So that's what we did. We did $5,000 in January. I had 3 qualifieds, $9,000 in February with 3 qualifieds, $13,000 in March with 3 qualifieds. April got a little shaky. We did $10,000. May, I got engaged. And then life happened. I don't remember what we did, but we needed $40,000 June 1st.
40,000?
Maybe more. Something ridiculous. And the thing was, I never broke. I never got shaken up by that. I never doubted it, because God had already told me on the plane on the way back home that it was done. And so I was able to work for those 6 months knowing that it was done, without having to doubt it, without having to be worried, without having to say how. I didn't have to say how. He gave me the how, and he told me it was done. And so I was able to work for those next 6 months in total confidence and in total faith that it was already done. So when June 1st hit and I still needed $40,000, I was like, all right, well, we're doing it. I don't know how, but we're doing it. So like I said, I personally sold $25,000 that month. I don't even know how many personal qualifieds. I reached out to everyone who had ever been in my unit and said, hey, we're actually earning a Cadillac this time. You want to come back and get your products for the rest of the year? And so I had so many personal qualifieds, old re-signs that month, come back. So I finished Court of Sharing. finished quarter sales. I did not finish unit club. That was okay, but I finished my Cadillac.
Okay.
So I ended up being top 20 quarter sharing, which was cool. I was number 12, and got to end up did double star. That was my first year ever doing quarter sales. First year ever doing quarter sharing, ever. And I finished quarter sales early, and then did top 12 in quarter sharing. So I thought that was really cool. And then I earned my Pink Cadillac.
Okay, tell me your name.
Chelsea Clater.
And
I'm 25 years old.
Yeah.
I'll be 26 in April. My 6-year Mary Kay anniversary is June of this year. I'm from Virginia.
And say I got soul.
I got soul.
And I'm super bad.
And I'm super bad all day long.